that somebody will want to raise issues about the timing, but the point is that until 7th of January, the president still has to make sure that the country runs. And this is a very sensitive sector. And you would want to...
Is that why you are buying 18 Land Cruisers and 4 Tundras?
Oh, I don't think there's any difficulty with that.
Why?
See, Doug...
18 brand new Land Cruisers.
Can I make a point?
Yes.
Governance is in continuum.
How many dialysis patients?
If you allow me,
you are procuring for the next government.
Let me make a point.
Okay.
You see, when I spent over 25 years in the private sector, when I got opportunity of within the last 2 years of being head of an agency, I came to appreciate a lot of things. The kind of challenges and the difficulties you go through with our procurement law, which is really good, fantastic, because you want to prevent people from cutting corners and also stealing and doing all kinds of things. The kind of challenges that you go through with that, you would commence a procurement process somewhere in January. Most of it are not. You will see the end of it even in December or sometimes even the following year within that period. So to be able to say and come to conclusion and try to sort of make anything suggestive of something being done, one would want to know when did the procurement process start. And the point is that when you are procuring, you're not procuring for yourself. You prepare budget ahead of time. So this would have been captured in 2024 budget to provide a particular set of equipment or cars or whatever you want to call it for a state institution. The state institution...
This is for official use at the office of a president.
The official use could be even... and most of it, people who do this thing, they don't even use those. But you are thinking of if the ones over there are not in good conditions, they are not ready. You are looking at who comes to take over. Of course. If the next government comes and you are supposed to have cars,
so the officer,
assuming there's a new president, there's a new president, and you realize that the set of cars that you have at the presidency is not fit for purpose. Really is deteriorated, and you see accident-prone cars. They can really kill somebody. You do not want to sit down and say that because of what people will say, I will not do the needful and make provisions for those cars so that the government machinery can continue to run. Government machinery doesn't mean that the president doesn't sit in Tundras. So when we make some of these suggestions, that's to create that belief in some people's mind that government is up to something untoward. No, I don't see anything wrong with that. It depends on when the procurement process is started. And I can tell you that if you go and check it, it is possible it started even last year, and this is when they are bringing finality to it. And I'm not even, I don't know whether even the vehicles have been supplied. Has the vehicle been supplied? Doc, you are the one putting those information. Has the vehicles been supplied? So I understand. Let me give my agency, use my agency as an example. In our 2024 budget, we made provision for Starbucks to enable us to go for monitoring and other things. Because we do not have anything there. Within the period, we've started the processes. You have to see for financial clearance from the Ministry of Finance. It will take months for that to come through. First, around 7th of January, that I wrote through my minister, seeking for financial clearance. The financial clearance came somewhere August. When the financial clearance came, you now need to commence processes to procure the bus. Then we asked that the ministry do the procurement on our behalf. You know, they just advertise that in the papers. You have to go through all those processes. The car has not been procured. But if you don't take care, and tomorrow you are told that the ministry is procuring a bus on behalf of...
Nobody will raise an issue if the ministry is procuring a staff bus.
I'm using that as an example for you to understand that sometimes
6 weeks to the end of the administration. What are you procuring? 18 Land Cruisers and 4 Tundras 4.
Are you saying that these things were begun a week ago.
When did it begin? What is it?
I'm talking about the processes to procure it. I'm saying it might have started even last year. This is how government system works. Sometimes I get frustrated with things like that, but this is the law. You need to allow it to work.
I'm not talking about your agency.
And I'm saying that when you go to the government, the presidency, the office of the president is not even made up of only the executive president. There are various institutions that falls under the office of the president. So when the office of the president is procuring cars for this office of the president, sometimes you realize that they are for the usage of the other institution that falls under the office of the president. There are numerous institutions. And this
like
what? Our system.
Like which institution?
I'm saying I'm not saying in specific terms in this situation.
The office of the president will not procure a vehicle for a scholarship secretariat.
How will you know?
The scholarship secretariat will do it by themselves.
I'm saying that how will you know? I'm not saying scholarship secretariat, but there are other institutions.
Like which one?
I will not be able to single out any institution. I hope you're getting me. But I'm saying that there's nothing wrong with even a day before you exit.
That's fine.
Because you are still within the mandate.
That's fine.
Providing for the government and making that the government now and the future government runs effectively. Okay. There's no difficulty.
So thank you for thinking about the future government. Yes.
You know, maybe.
Was it the topic?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It's the crapper thing I put there.
The crapper thing that
let them move on. So you spoke about that in the
So you brought the office of the Dr. Randy.
The purchase of the.
No, I'm still finding.
What has that got to do
I'm
with
finding answers.
No,
you spoke about.
The fact that it's late in the day, but
you said that people might say it's late in the day, but they have up to 7th January and all that. So that's what struck me.
Is that why you are purchasing those vehicles?
So that's why I
asked you.
Up to 7th.
But I would say that the vehicle will be procured now.
Anyway,
unless you're able to prove to me that.